long shot. Jackpot, 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 riding around the block, shooting those shots.
Gotta move on to the next question. So, what should viewers watch for during your fight, Skitch?
What I'm gonna watch for it? You say?
No, what should viewers, so people that are watching your fight, what should they look for?
They should look for beautiful head kick. A beautiful head kick. Yeah, I smell it.
Are you calling it? Are you calling a head kick knockout?
I call it. Inside two. Inside
2 rounds.
Inside
Okay.
two.
Hammer. Is Hammer's opponent here?
Holy fuck, you guys are boring. Hammer time.
I think Satch has a question for you. So we'll go ahead and take that.
Make sure he refers to me as king. I'll batter that man too.
You better watch your mouth, young blood. But I do have a question for you, Hammer.
But I'm coming out there rejuvenated, ready to bash someone's skull in, and ready to take home this dub, just like I did last time. Y'all doubted me last time. What did I do? I finished him. Y'all doubted me versus Yurda. What I do? I beat him, the toughest guy in the yard. So when I'm focused, I'm almost nigh unbeatable. I don't care who you put me in there with. It's hammer time when I get in that octagon. People already know.
Yes.
Said, I expect to play out any way I want. Y'all doubted me the last time, doubted me this time, and that doesn't go well for anybody. I've always been the ESFL's biggest underdog, most doubted, most not believed in, but one of the most entertaining fighters in the entire league. And I'm coming for the whole roster, coming for anybody who wants to try and take what's mine. I'm coming for a second run at that belt. Caliber, coming back for you. Dave, you're my homie, but I'm coming for you too. Whoever's in my way, I'm coming for that belt. Promise that. It ain't over. I've had some rough luck the past couple of months, past the outings, but you know, I'm not gonna make excuses. But nobody wants to fight me as Dustin Poirier. Let's be real. That's why they booking me in these weight classes, because they know what I'll do to you with Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, I have a question for Caliber here. Mr. Caliber, you know, you're coming off a controversial disqualification loss and then also a very close loss to reigning champion Fadnader. Despite that, you currently rank outside of the top 10 on the Xbox side and are fighting an opponent that barely scratches the top 15. Were you offended by the ranking or the opponent the company chose for you for this mega
Hey, watch
event?
your mouth, Satch. Watch your mouth. We all saw what I did to you. Watch your fucking mouth. Watch how you fucking speak.
Please keep your energy towards your opponent, please.
Well, top 15 opponent. I would not disrespect. That's not correct. I mean, he does have 2 losses. He lost to well-rounded guys, then rattles off 3 wins. The ESFL just trying to put together the most entertaining fights, and if this is what's put together, then we'll go out and do it.
All right. How do you expect the fight to play out?
Well, look, Ed is a slow starter. You know, Ed he takes his time and tries to make reads, and that's what I'm not gonna let him do. You know, I'm gonna play that game with him, but I'm gonna outpoint him in the first round. I'm gonna land the more damaging strikes, start building my damage, and then I think he's gonna get frustrated. Rounds 2 and 3, he's gonna start walking into counters, and he's gonna get knocked out in round 3.
But this question is for obviously you, Zyaf. Zyaf, during your early season run, you seem like the best fighter on the planet. But after losing both belts, you don't appear to be the same guy, you know? What has changed since your loss to Izzy, and do you think you can come back to challenge either of the current champions?
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm better than both of the current champions, and I think I can beat them really easily. But, you know, I took a break from the game for a while, had to get some stuff done, and I came back to kind of a gimmick fight with Dave Belamir, and, you know, I lost, feel like didn't take it that seriously, which I should have done. But, you know, I'm going to come back, and I'm gonna prove that I'm still the best in the game.
So, do you expect Ed to play any differently, or do you think he'll just come out the same way he usually does?
I think Ed's going to come out the same way. I don't think Ed's adaptable. He does the same thing every fight, and you know, it's not going to work versus me. I know how to beat him, and I think his style of play it's outdated.
Same question for you. How much do you know your opponent? I guess you guys have fought quite a bit, so.
Yeah, we've fought many times in comp, and I know him well enough. He's just a shit wrestler who clinches constantly from nothing, no skill. Piece of shit, man.
Right, right.
All right, this question's for the champion. Fadnator, look around you. You see a lot of former champions, a lot of grizzled vets. Who do you think would give you the hardest fight out of anyone here today?
Probably Suave Jimmy. He's the GOAT. Definitely not Zyaf. Got to be Jimmy. That's the GOAT right there. That's the man who gave me the toughest fight.
We'll move on. Any last words for your opponent, Trixie, before your fight with him tomorrow?
Taking your belt, Fad, and I'm going to Vegas with it.
All right, Dave, you're fighting Holloway. What are you gonna do when he gets on top of you and he just starts smashing you up in side control? Because Holloway, he's as good as me on the ground, if not better. How are you gonna find your way out of mount, especially? Because I know you have problems getting out of my mount, and Holloway is probably a better grappler than me, and he doesn't have to resort to anything. Used to be T4H, but now he's just got all the skill of being a TD member.
I don't plan on letting him on top of me, but I have pretty solid bottom game if he ends up. I believe I'll be able to, at the very least, sprawl and get up from there. But I could probably even reverse him if I have to.
You're no fun. You're no fun. All right, Dave, go on.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Do you plan to diaper his legs or mirror match him and diaper his legs?
I always plan to dive for legs. It's my thing.
All right. And Nas, same question for you. How do you expect this fight to play out?
I think I'm going to win by knockout. Goat is a ranked merchant. He loves playing ranked. My advice to him is to leave as soon as I knock him out, just so he saves those points, get a DNF, save those valuable rank points.
All right. Looks like we have some questions. Satch, let's pull Satch in here.
All right, thank you for the time once again, Z Hunter. I actually have a question here for both competitors here. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the challenger, Mr. Goat. You've been retired from the ESFL for a meaningful period of time. What about Nas in particular made you want to come back instead of a fighter like Zyaf or EdParker, who's held the belt in PlayStation previously?
I'm glad you asked that question. Nas, he actually, he was the perfect fighter that I was looking for while I was away in competition. While I've been building my own brand, I've been waiting for one player to think that what I'm saying is all a facade. And Nas came through, and he has the perfect resume for me. And all the other champions that I faced previously, nothing but respect for them. But Nas is somebody that I haven't been able to prove that I can dominate. And just that alone, plus his confidence, is enough for me to know what I need to do tomorrow in order to remind people just how dominant I am.
If you win tomorrow versus Nas, do you feel that puts you in the greatest of all time category?
Of course, man.
Like, does it seal it for you?
Yeah, to be honest, I already believe that I am one of the greatest of all time. I mean, that's what I have to believe, right? I mean, look at my name. But truthfully,
Absolutely.
man, yeah, this is an opportunity for me, and I think what people don't understand is that I have just as much to prove as Nas does. Nas is the undefeated fighter, so it's a lot of pressure on him. He can't go out there and lose or get embarrassed. So I expect him to be cautious, because if he doesn't, he's gonna realize that it was over and everything he did was for nothing.
The evolution of the newer players coming aboard the ESFL.
Yeah, of course. I think I tweeted something about this. I said something about how all the UFC 3 players are now washed, and you barely see any of them competing nowadays. Goat was one of those players. I heard he was a 3-time champ on UFC 3. His competition must have been very dry back then. The only reason he doesn't compete now is because he can't hang around with the top dogs anymore, and that's the truth. This will probably be his last fight in a while, and yeah, I'm looking forward to retiring Goat once and for all.
Whoever told you I was a 3-time champion on UFC 3 was a lie. I actually won a belt on UFC 4 as well. But yeah, just to correct that. How old are you, my guy?
21.
21. Okay, that's nice. 22. So If you take this loss, what's your next step? Being that
There
it'll be
is
your
no
first
next
loss.
step. I won't compete anymore.
You won't compete
That is,
anymore.
this would be one of the most embarrassing loss. I think this would be more embarrassing than losing to Daniel the Freeman, and he has to be one of the worst fighters to grace this planet.
Ooh, that's a lot of pressure you're putting on yourself. You shouldn't do that, man.
You're right. The pressure's on me. That's the truth. You're washed. The pressure's definitely on me. No one cares if they see you lose. No one's used to seeing me lose. I don't lose. That's the truth. I've not lost in any other league, including this one. So the pressure is definitely on me.
Good. Good to know. Good to know.
Heat. I be selling that heat. What you got?